good, 9197 Black Wolves and YouTube? This is your boy Tyler9197, Witcher 9197, Black Wolf 9197, or 9197. Back with another video for you guys, and this time I'm gonna go ahead and do a game review for you guys about Prey 2017. So guys, if you have been following my Prey videos and definitely saw my final walkthrough of it, which was part 7, which by the time you're watching this is already posted, and you can go ahead and watch it. I thank you guys. Thank you for actually just watching me in the journey. But if you haven't, I completely understand, especially if you definitely didn't want to get spoiled of the game, because you know, like, because you know, no videos was like just me playing it, so you know, of course, obviously there's gonna be spoilers on there. So if you didn't want to look at that because of spoilers, I completely understand. But at least now, if you want to go ahead and hear my thoughts about it, that might you may want to play the game, or just overall just hear my thoughts of it. And like, if you guys don't know how to do my game reviews be first half no spoilers. And so the way it works is I talk about a little bit of plot, then I go with my pros and cons, and then I go straight to the overall rating of the game. And then after that, I give you time to like get away if you don't want to hear the spoilers, because that's the last thing I talk about, spoilers. But even with spoilers, guys, for this game, I'm not gonna be on there too long. But still, I would definitely say that like I give you a chance to leave if you don't want to hear spoilers. So, except for just like saying a spoiler off the bat, you'd be like, what? That, you know, no. Alright guys, so here's the plot for Prey 2017. So you play as Morgan Yu, but it can go both ways, as either a male or a female Morgan Yu. So the way it works is that you and your family are a big corporation, and kind of like the whole sort of like, I would say maybe like NASA type family, like you run that type of business kind of thing, something like that. That's the best way I could put it. But anyway, for your character, you've been called by your brother Alex to talk about, hey bro, come to the station and stuff, we need to go ahead and do tests on the out and this and that, whatever. So you know, you go ahead, because you're in your nice little building, you know, you put it on your suit, which they all wear, which is like the nice space type suit. And so you know, you get out of your apartment area, because that's where you're gonna be at. You go to a helicopter that's gonna take you and show you the nice city, which is really nice, guys. Because one day I would say this game is beautiful, but I'll get more into that later. But still, like, you go in the helicopter, flying your way to the destination. You try to go to your building that you try to go at, and then you make it to the building. And then, you know, regular going in the building, hey, oh, Dr. Yu, hey, da-da-da, because, you know, your family owned the NASA type building, whatever. But anyway, you know, you talk to your brother, he talking about, hey, you know, go in that building, go in that one building, whatever. They want to do test runs for you, which they are. So you go in this building, kind of like what? I would say either shows or movies or wherever. Like, you know how they go into kind of like a white room, and you know how like, it's kind of like they see you but you can't. They see you but you can't see them type thing. But I think this one you actually could see them from the other side. I want to say yes, no, either way. But still, you gotta take tests. You know, you take the runs of the test, whatever, like that. But you know, of course, being Prey, like you can see from the cover and stuff, the game, like it's just not that simple. You know, like just regular tests. No, it's always something. Always something's gonna happen. So out of nowhere, it's this thing like you hear some commotion going on. Then you see some black thing, wherever it was, and it was attacking the doctors and stuff like that, which they are called mimics. But to me, I call them symbiotes because that's what they look like. And you know, they were causing havoc and stuff that you literally see them in this room. But it turns out, when you got out of that room, you realize that what you thought you was living in was a lie. You are literally you basically was living in a simulation, and you was on a ship, which is called actually, matter of fact, space station called Talos 1, which means that like you was never on Earth in the first place. You are in space. Like literally. So you thinking when you first start the game that you're like, all right, I'm going to this building, whatever, like this. You know, I got my nice apartment, stuff, getting the suit, you know, right, whatever. To realize you on a space station. The whole time, just that first beginning part of it, like you're like, wait, what? You like, hold up, I'm in a space station? What's going on? And you and the main plot of it is you play Morgan. You're trying to figure out what's going on. You being on Talos 1, like what's going on in the space station, and you make your way to try to get answers and also find your brother. That's one of the biggest things, and that's pretty much it for the plot. I want to say, yeah, because I feel like if I say anything else, it's gonna lead more into like the spoiler stuff, and I don't really want to talk to you guys, of course, because this is the first time no spoiler. So yeah, basically that's the best way I can explain the plot to you guys right there. It might not be the best, but this is the best way that I know how from how I was playing it. It just kind of feel like that, you know. You basically, you thought you was in one spot, really you in space, and you got to deal with these things called mimics or actually, matter of fact, they call the Typhons. Yeah, they call it Typhons. That's the alien species that's going to be in the ship that you got to deal with. The mimics are like the small symbiote looking things, and then there's some bigger Typhons that look like Venom. That's why I call it, like, I call either symbiotes or Venom, even though their names are like mimics or like what was the other one, like Predator, I think, something like that. But pretty much it's like that. But when you look at them, they look like symbiotes. If you know that reference from Spider-Man, like with Venom, like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't, there you go. But yeah, that's pretty much the main plot of the story. And like I said, I will say more, but that's leading into more spoilers, and I'm not gonna do that. But alright guys, now I'm about to go ahead and and also I will say that hopefully I explained the best way possible for you guys to understand. That's all I'm saying, because I know it's not the best way to say a plot, but that's the gist of what I kind of could say, because when I played it, that's how it was. But anyway, let me go tell you about my pros and cons. So I want to say I'm probably going to give 3 pros and 3 cons I want to say for this game. I definitely want to say. So the first one I could definitely say for a pro is that this game is very beautiful and it's vast. This is this is like an open world-ish type game. At first, I didn't expect that coming into it. I thought it was more just straight up like a regular linear type game, which is like in some ways kind of, but it's more of an open world-ish type game. So it's like the way the game is set up is like while you on this spaceship of Talos 1, you could literally do wherever you want. Like you could go to this place, you can go to that place. So you know there's a lot of side missions that you can do and this and that, which is a lot, which is really, you know, really a lot. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all though, like a lot of the side missions, some of them I cared about, some of them I really didn't. But it was so much like you could have done, and you and also because it is open world ish, that means like it got the RPG element. So you gotta level your character up, guys, because it's gonna be very, very important in the game, especially going forward for all the enemies and all the stuff that you do in the game. It's a lot of stuff that's gonna have to go down that you're gonna have to level yourself up. A second pro I can go ahead and give this game, guys, is that it has a lot of cool weapons and abilities, guys. There's so much stuff that you could do in the game with your character, like from the cool weapons you can have, like, you know, like your regular pistol, your shotgun, and there's one thing called the glue gun, which is gonna be very helpful throughout the game too. And then you have your abilities, what you can do, because because in the game there's some things called Nero mods, and what the Nero mods is basically like kind of like basically the best way I could put it is like, think of it like kind of like a cheat power. So it's like instead of you just going through without using them powers at all, you can like, let me use these Nero mods to like basically like you know, basically stick a needle into yourself, basically. I think it was like it looked like it was in the eye, I want to say. It was crazy, like, but basically what the Nero mod is like, you know, when they have it, you could inject yourself with powers and you could do wherever the powers is, like, or ability, I mean. So say like, for example, say like if you want to be a good hacker, you could put the Neuromod, you stick the Neuromod needle in you, and you have the ability to learn how to hack. It's kind of like that. So there's so many things with the abilities that you can do in this game, and there's a lot of them, which is very interesting because there's a lot of stuff you can do. It's just really, you know, it's cool. Alright guys, and a third pro I could go ahead and give for Prey 2017, guys, is that like it has a very, very in-depth lore in the game, which I really love. Like I said, guys, like there is so much dialogue and detail in this game that like if you really try to follow along with the story, it's so much that, you know, it's so much stuff that can happen within the game that it's like, oh shoot, like hold on a second, like, oh, I might have to do this, or I might have to do that. Like it's so much lore and like story wise that, you know, that you can learn from it. You're like, man, it's a lot, and it's really interesting and in depth. However, guys, I ain't gonna lie, like when I'm playing this game, no matter how much I liked it, I can definitely say like the lore part of it, like really trying to get into like story wise, I wouldn't say that it's like, I don't want to make it sound like as bad as like saying like I didn't care, but it's more like I wish I was more invested in what the story of the lore of what was going on in the game, that like from all the different side missions and this and that you have, I just wasn't really into that. It was more like kind of straightforward, like let me just do the main missions. I mean, I done some side missions, but you know, like let me do the main missions and call it a day, like that type of thing. But it, like the lower part, that is amazing. It's so much detail, it's so much dialogue and things from the game that you will love if you really pay attention and like them type of things. Like, you know, like read a lot of the things that's going on, like books and stuff. Like it's so much there for you. Alright guys, now let me go ahead and talk about the cons. So I'm gonna talk about 3 different cons in the game. Oh man, oh yeah, it was definitely some cons, but not like, you know, it's not like super awful, but this game, like I said, guys, like I said, if you did watch my walkthroughs for this game, I've been through some stuff, and y'all can see I was struggling in some parts. But alright guys, so for number one, the number one that I'll probably say, like for me, that I gripe the most out of the whole thing in that game is, guys, is the loading times. My goodness, guys, the loading times in Prey, oh my god, guys, it takes forever to go to a whole different spot in the game, y'all. But say like if you going, say like to another building, right, and you gotta go through a certain door to go to the certain building, right, guys, the loading takes forever. Like you was literally sit there for a hot minute, like for a good minute, just to be like waiting for that thing just to load up, just to load, then alright, you can go ahead and continue. Like it's so annoying, y'all, when playing this game. It's like no matter how much I like it, but I hate that sense because I feel like that loading time kills the game. Because like my thing is, when you play the game, like especially say like you was getting chased or something like that, and you ran to the next building, like alright, cool, I'm gone. But you want to get back immersed into the game, but it's like it's kind of hard to when you have those freaking long loading times that it just kills the game experience for my opinion, at least. It really does. I just be like, oh my goodness, like I had to wait, like especially after like say like I run, like I said, run away from a monster or something, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta go back to that area that I just waited for the loading screen. Then I go back and then I gotta wait a whole nother loading screen. It'd be annoying, guys. After a while, you just be like, really? Come on, like that is, it's that feeling. That's the type of feeling you would get. Alright guys, so for number 2, for another con I get in the game, is that I don't like how underpowered you be when you off the gate. That's my con for this game, is that you be so underpowered in the beginning of the game. Like literally, guys, like I'm like, it's like I don't expect when you play as Morgan you to be like very powerful against these aliens, these symbiotes and stuff like that. I don't expect us to like to be like, when you play the character, oh, you can beat the enemies from with complete ease. I'm not saying like that, but what I mean is that, like, for the beginning of the game, you thinking like, all right, I could take down quite a few monsters, right? But even in the beginning of the game, you could definitely tell how weak you really are. It's like you only good enough to take out these mimics or symbiotes, you know, the small creatures. But when it comes to the venoms that just be walking around and stuff, it shows you how weak you really are. And it's just so annoying, y'all, because it's like, it's not that like, oh, I don't want to grind my character to get like more abilities or nothing like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, just the beginning part of it, it hurts you just beginning. It kind of mess up your first experience playing the game, in my opinion. Like I said, remember guys, a lot of stuff is just my opinion. I feel like it hurts it a little bit because you think like, all right, I can beat a few of these enemies like the first few part of the game, and then when you get further in the game, you get more and more difficult. I need to upgrade stuff like that. But even from the beginning part, you see how weak you really are, and that's what I feel like is so annoying when it comes to that. But like I said, my opinion. Alright guys, for the third con I can go ahead and say for Prey 2017, guys, is that you will die a lot. That's the con. This is literally like a Dark Soul-like kind of game. Not really, but in a sense, yes. That's my con for this game. It feels like a Dark Soul-like game. You're gonna die a lot, guys. I don't care how good you are in this game, you will die a lot. It's gonna happen. Sometimes you want to break the freaking controller play this game, cause you, like I said, I know it's kind of similar to me saying for like, kind of like my second con, like you said, you're weak, but still, guys, like when you play this game, guys, you will die a lot. This game is not as easy as it may seem. I was playing on normal. Even on normal, guys, I felt like it was difficult enough. It was difficult enough, guys. Like, I feel like it was hard already. To be honest, like on normal, yes. Like, I feel like I said, guys. Remember, in my opinion, I'm not gonna keep on saying this. Is my opinion. I feel like this game feels like a Dark Soul-like kind of game a little bit. Like, not like, of course not, it's not that super difficult, but it's definitely difficult, guys, at some points. Like, when you progress in that game, you will die so much to a point you be like, dang, like you have to, it's like you have to force yourself to like do side missions, force yourself to find the neuromods, to build up your character to become stronger and stronger and things like that. Like, cause you like, and then like, this game really makes you feel like this is a survival type game, and what it does, which is not a bad thing, I'm not knocking that point of it, but at the same time, it makes you feel like this is a survival type game. So limited weapons, so limited resources, all that, all that stuff. So when you play this, guys, it's gonna feel like Dark Soul like kind of game in a sense. So it's very difficult, but like I said, in my opinion, that's my con for it. Like, cause I just feel like, dang, when I play this, guys, I was like, especially when I was like going through the walkthrough, guys. Sometimes I was even thinking about, dang, do I want to end it? Like, I mean, of course I wanted to beat the game, but I was like, do I really want to like end it as far as like playing the walkthrough stuff? Cause it just took so long. Like, to me, I didn't think I was gonna play this game as long to beat it and stuff. Which is, thank God I did beat it, but still, it's like it was a bit of a hassle, I ain't gonna lie, but at the same time, like, I'm glad it's over, I beat it, but yeah, you will die a lot, just saying, that's definitely con. But alright guys, so if I had to give this rating for Prey 2017 for 1 out of 10, guys, you will be surprised what I'm about to say. I would give Prey 2017 a straight up 10 out of 10. And I know you guys probably thinking like, really? Because like the way you was talking, you made it sound like there's no way. Guys, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not that I'm saying like I don't like having a challenge in the game or nothing like that, but this game definitely did broke me a little bit in some ways, because playing that game was like, oh my god, it was so stressful, it was a hassle, it was hurting my head. But guys, overall, besides like the extra crap I didn't like in the game, I loved the game. Guys, this game was amazing. The visual was beautiful. The gameplay was solid. The enemies was tough, but it was really interesting. guys, and then like I said, it was so much dialogue and like you know, a lot of lore. It's just a lot of lore in the game and stuff. It's just so much things that I really love in the game. And overall, the experience of the game was just amazing. Overall, it was really a top tier game. It deserves a 10 out of 10. It really does. It just, unfortunately for me, I didn't get a chance to like do as much of all the stuff that like do all the stuff that like I feel like is worthy to make it a 10 out of 10. It's worthy of 10 out of 10, but me personally playing the game, I didn't took advantage of making it like feel like it's a 10 out of 10. If that makes sense to you guys, like you know, if that makes sense to you, you know, that's what I'm trying to get. Like, I didn't make it feel like it's a 10 out of 10, but it is a 10 out of 10. And also, I would say this too. I forgot to mention. Let's say this be like a second con. I mean, not second. Let me say this is like a side con right here. Guys, I hated that it was really no music in this game. I know there was some music in some parts in the game, like in one of the speakers, or like one certain part, like in this kind of club type part in the ship, which I did love, because like, you know what I'm saying, it was a little bit of music, you know, but to be honest, there was really with no music. I did not like that, y'all. Like to me, I feel like music is a very important part in the game, and I felt like this game, they didn't focus really much with that music part, and I wanted the music. Besides, like, the only music they were playing, like, you know, you probably hear the enemies about to chase you, about to fight an enemy, this and that. And like I said, the speakers that was playing music, or like the one part I told you about, which later on in the game you get to, that you hear like the other music, but it wasn't like music. Like, I didn't feel like when I was playing through the game, when we like going through different areas, had that like, I don't know, sci-fi type music or something like that, or got that like kind of like Halo, like like, you guys get what I'm talking about, like that experience. I did not get that, and I felt like part of that. I mean, that's the reason why to me that's like a con, because I feel like music plays a big part in games, and like for them not to really take advantage of the game, I mean music in the game, I feel like I didn't really like that. I really like, but Arcade Studios did a good job for this game, guys, and I want to give it praise. It does give the praise a 10 out of 10. It's a worthy game to play. If you guys want to try it out, go ahead and try it out, but just be warned. I don't care what you guys say, you will die. I mean, I know they had an easy mode too. It might be a little bit easier, but guys, like, even on normal, go on normal. That's challenging enough, I promise you. And then, you know, I would never dare go to like hard or nightmare. Like, I ain't doing no difficulties. That's, whoo, no. But like, this game is worth it, guys. I recommend it. Black Wolves, go ahead and check it out if you want to check it out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But now let me go ahead and go to the spoiler section. You guys can see it right here. I have the siren, and I'm gonna give you guys a chance to leave so you don't gonna hear the spoiler. But if you want to hear it, you know, just stay tuned. Alright, guys, let's talk about the spoilers of Prey 2017. So what did for this one, guys, I'm gonna talk about the spoiler part. I'll probably say, like, what I'm gonna basically talk about is like pretty much the last part of the game. I'm not gonna really talk about any else spoilers within the game. Oh, actually, I will say this. Well, actually, there's probably two things from you know, there's probably two things I'll talk about. Then I'll talk about the last thing of the from the mission. So one thing, guys, like, I almost didn't save the girl, the one that you needed to get the medicine for, that she was stuck in the building, said she couldn't breathe or nothing. I almost did not save her, guys. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's not that I didn't want to, but still, I just felt like, you know, like, I felt like, like, you know what I'm saying, like, because, you know, because in the power play, guys, I did not want to go back, especially, you know how you went all the way down to the bottom part with the reactor and stuff like that. It was hard to, like, get myself back up to the top and stuff like that. It was so annoying. I was like, man, is it worth going back? Cause, you know, say, like, you know how you gotta get that, you know, that feeling when you just like, I'm ready to beat the game type thing. That's how my mindset was. But I would say, out of anybody, guys, from playing this game, she's probably the only one I really cared about. Like, dead serious, guys. She probably was the only character I really care about that I really honestly genuinely wanted to help. There was a few others that I did kind of want to help, but I just didn't make it in time. So I mean, I feel like it's whatever. But still, for her, she was probably the only one. And then plus, I don't know, I feel like she was somewhat, I mean, not really, but maybe somewhat like a love interest to Morgan. I don't know. I feel like that was his flame right there, I guess. And like, the best thing I could do is save her, you know. But besides that, nothing that I can talk about, guys. I hated the nightmares, y'all. I hated the nightmares. Guys, I ain't gonna lie to you. If you watch my walkthroughs of it, guys, I avoided the nightmares 100%. I did not really attempt to fight nightmares at all, guys. I know you're probably saying like, why you won't fight it? Why you just ran? Like, guys, I didn't care. Out of anything that scared me in that game was definitely nightmares. The nightmares scared me, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Those nightmares, when I see that timer said they're chasing, guys, I was like, oh shoot. And then when I finally seen it, like, see it close, guys, I be booking. I'll be trying to fight the nightmares, y'all. I feel like I should have at some point. But at the same time, the reason I did it because I didn't want to waste all my ammo or waste my med kits and stuff like that. Because because how that game is, you're very limited with resources. Not like you get a whole buttload unless you got all the crafting like materials, stuff like that, of course. But for the most part, I didn't want to waste it. And then I feel like the nightmare did scare me, guys. That's a bit behind freaking monster chasing after you like this, and you like, oh shit, like it's like the Hulk chasing you, but like what, 5 times? Like, no, not 5 times, probably like 4 to 5 times bigger, chasing after you. Like, I ain't fighting that thing. I'm sorry, I was not going to do that. And I guess the last thing I can go ahead and talk about, guys, is like the very last part when that big old typhon came through the ship after when you meet your brother Alex. And guys, that was wild to me, y'all, because I did not expect that at all. Something like that huge just to go through the ship, y'all. Like, that was wild. I was like, oh shoot. And then I thought my brother was instantly dead, but then I realized they said that I could have saved him. But I ain't gonna lie, guys, I did not save them. Like, to be honest though, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I thought we was gonna fight each other. That was one thing I really was thinking about that. But another thing too, I just kind of felt like, to be honest, guys, I did not care about Alex. I did not care about my brother. I really didn't. Like, him dying, I didn't feel like I was gonna shed a tear. It's like, I feel like I blamed him because he was the reason why Morgan been there for 3 freaking years. Let alone, even if Morgan wasn't the best person in the world as far as like when he went on the machine and talking about like use the when him and his brother was working on the like, I don't know what the Neuromod thing or take out the Typhon. It was something like that. Like, you guys remember when the video when they was talking to each other and Morgan said like, hey, do this thing with the experiment, whatever type thing, whatever. But besides that point, I didn't really care about Alex, to be honest. So it's like him dying. It's like, well, it is what it is. But one thing I know for a fact, yes, I know this game had different endings, but honestly, I don't know which one's a good or which one's a bad ending, to be honest. So if you guys can please let me know down below. However, y'all, if you do that, if you write down what the different endings are, please, guys, please go ahead and let people know that it is a spoiler that you write it down too, because I don't want people to get spoiled, guys, if they haven't played Prey 2017, if they're really interested, especially from just watching this video too. So guys, like I said, if you could please tell me what the endings were, but still, let people know it is a spoiler before reading it, because I don't want people just to write a spoiler and people are like, oh, I got spoiled because I read the comments. Like, please don't do that, y'all. Right? Make sure to let people know it is a spoiler, and then and that's it. But also, guys, too, like, I want to say, can you escape at the end too? Because please let me know down below, because I remember like when because if you guys haven't watched my video, I destroyed the ship. honestly, guys, I did not care. I wanted this ship to be destroyed. I was done. When I was playing this game, I was done. I was done with that ship. I was done with Talos 1, y'all. I was like, I'm going to blow it up to smithereens. And that's how I felt. But still, guys, I remember after I was about to destroy it, I remember, I want to say it was an escape pod. Like it was it was kind of a top building where the big Typhon's at, and you know it looked like you could use it. But I want to know, guys, can you use it? I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, please write down below, guys, because there's a few things that I didn't know, and I would like to hear your guys' comments. But of course, like I said before, please let people know it is a spoiler before you write it down. But alright, Black Wolves, this is the end of the video, so please go ahead, hit the like, follow, subscribe, and like I said this in many other videos, if you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and do so you can join the 9197 Wolf Pack. This is a fun and kickback gaming channel, and has a wonderful community, which is you guys, the Black Wolves. So go ahead and spread the word to your friends and family of who likes gaming, and they can join in the Wolf Pack. But alright, guys, I love y'all. Peace, TGGS. God bless y'all. 9197